You got to believe that this Jesus came into this world, sinful world, but he lived a sinless life. He did how much sin? No sin. Yes, I believe in his sinless life, in his virgin birth. I read in the book of John, hallelujah, John doesn't even introduce him like Matthew, Mark, and Luke. They talk about him as the baby. But John says, in the beginning, he was the Word. Hallelujah. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory. The glory is of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. When we looked at him, we didn't see Mary's baby, but we saw God manifested in the flesh. Ooh. When he walked in Galilee, we saw God walking. When he touched blinded eyes, we saw God touching. When he walked on the sea, we saw God walking. When he called dead folk out of that grave, we heard God calling. I got to close. Yes. And when I think about who he was, born of a virgin, performing all kinds of miracles, but finally one day they condemned him to death. He who did no sin and no guile was found in his mouth, but they hung him on the cross. Why are you allowing this to be done? He said, don't no man have the power to take my life from me. I lay it down of myself that I might take it up again. And when I see him with a crown of thorns on his head, nail in his hands, nail in his feet, a spear driven through his side, and I want to know why they're doing this to him. And I hear the voice of Isaiah ringing over 700 years of prophecy saying, surely he's borne our grief and carried our sorrow, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgression, bruised for our iniquity. Chastisement of our peace was on him, and with his stripes we are healed. Died. He didn't go into a coma, he died. He wasn't faking, he died. He wasn't just in a state of suspended animation, he died. Died because justice demanded that a penalty had to be paid, but it had to be paid by one without blemish and without spot. And when time was such, there wasn't anybody else that could pay the price. John on the Isle of Patmos said the cry was made, who is worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereon? And a worldwide search was made. They went through the heavens. They couldn't find an angel that was worthy. They searched the earth and couldn't find a man that was worthy. Went down into the depths of hell and couldn't find one that was worthy. But after a while, as a lamb slain from the foundation of the world, he stepped out from under the altar and said, in burnt offerings and sacrifice I have had no pleasure, but Lord, prepare me a body and I'll go down and redeem man. Lo, he was hung up for all of my hang-ups. wounded for my transgression, bruised for my iniquity. Chastisement of my peace was laid on him, and with his stripe I am healed. Died until the sun blacked out. Died till the moon dripped in blood. Died until they took him and placed him in Joseph's new tomb. But early that Sunday morning, walked out of the grave, shook down the dying shroud, and said, all power, all power is in my hand. But that's not all. After he rose, he ascended up on high, sat down at the right hand of the Father, where he's waiting until that day when he shall come to pick up those persons who keep the faith. And I don't know about you, when he split the sky, I want to be ready. Come on, tell 5 people, whatever you do, keep the faith. Whatever you do, to close. But if you keep the faith, that this word is right, the faith that there is a reality in God, the faith that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, that he is the way, the truth, and the life. First of all, Paul says, when you come to him, believe that he is. And then after you believe that, then believe he's a rewarder. Woo! Somebody in here is waiting on a reward. If you keep the faith, then your faith can be active in the God of the faith. You don't hear what I am. He's ready to loose your shackles. He's ready to heal